What to do, folks, and welcome to my top 5 Pokemon ROM hacks I know you need to play. Just like in my top 5 fan game video, I'll briefly speak on how it affected me as a creator and the channel as a whole. You might be expecting some games a lot of people have on their list, but you might be surprised when you hear mine. But without further ado, at number 5 we got a classic, Pokemon Unbound. I feel like with how much work and quality this game has, it's impossible to not be on the list. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing, it even lets you customize your own character. This is something I barely see in literally any type of Pokemon game, which separates it from many. It also has amazing custom music, which makes it stand out even more, and I even use some of the themes from the game to this day. It has huge quality of life features like a new HM system, which just affords you to teach your Pokemon HM, simple stuff like an auto run, dex nav, and a whole lot of more stuff. A lot of Pokemon variety as well, which we cannot go wrong with. I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon stemming from generation 1 to 8, coupled with Mega Evolution. This is literally the best Pokemon feature we know to this day. And if you disagree, you're fucking wrong. Don't even get me on the starter roster too. We got 3 different pseudo-legendaries at your disposal. It has a new original story, which makes your adventure even more interesting and unpredictable, especially if you know nothing about the game. It has enhanced difficulty options, which makes it more enjoyable for your casual players like the easy mode, or for more of the sweat, insane mode. Yes, this game got fucking insane mode. And briefly on how it affected me as a creator, it was honestly around the time I really started taking this YouTube shit seriously. I got really consistent, and it was also the first time I tried a super hard game. I played this game on insane mode. Did I regret it? Kinda. Was it fun though? Yes. But it put me in the right direction, especially putting stakes into my videos. But I already know that number 4 is gonna be a game nobody is expecting or probably knows exists. Pokemon Dark Rising Origins Worlds Collide. A mouthful to even say out loud. And you might be like, is this guy recommending a fucking Dark Rising game? Now don't get it twisted. I know Dark Rising has a very bad stigma in the Pokemon community, but this is generally the best and probably the most polished one out of all of them. You can take my word for it, bro. If you don't believe me, I was gonna say shoot me, but that's like bad PR, bro, so let's not say that. But this game does not only have Pokemon, but Digimon too. I'm a low-key Digimon fan, okay? I don't talk about it on the channel, but I am. It features around 193 Pokemon and Digimon. Move pools have been updated, so many Pokemon actually learn their egg moves by level up, which is all about an amazing feature. This is also another game with an original story, which does make it more enjoyable when you play it. One thing I really like about this game, despite it being a bit on the older side, is that it still featured Mega Evolution. One of the things I was kind of disappointed about was that there was no custom music, but pretty much just themes from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And like all the other Dark Rising games, my biggest gripe has to be the level scaling and difficulty spikes. The start usually starts off fine, but then out of nowhere you get slapped in the fucking face. Now I'm not gonna keep it a buck, G. If you know you need to use mechanics for some of these games, it's not really that well optimized, but despite that fact, I genuinely love this game so much. And I think a large part of that is because it literally mixes Digimon and Pokemon. I know there's different Pokemon ROM hacks out there that features Digimon too, but I felt like the way this game just did it was pretty fucking sick. And also a lot of these Digimons have like 6 evolutions anyway. The availability to build so many different teams with Pokemon and Digimon sticks out to me. But briefly on how it affected me as a creator in the channel, it really wasn't any big impact. It was honestly just more practice and me slowly honing my editing skills and just the way I went about content. But as a proud Gen 5 fan, it was pretty much impossible for me to not add this game onto the list. Pokemon Blaze Black 2 Redux. Despite this mainly being a difficulty enhanced ROM hack of Pokemon Black 2, it does have a bit new story events, but nothing too major. Just like the previous games, it has a lot of variety of Pokemon alongside buffing Pokemon, as well as changing their typings to make them even better. This is also another game that features a good amount of quality of life, as where evolution methods has been changed, as well as changeable difficulty and more gift Pokemon throughout your journey. But if you're a veteran or been playing Pokemon Black 2 for 16 times in a row just like me, this will definitely be a refreshing playthrough. But I think a reason why I hold Black 2 Redux there, real OGs remember the Pokemon Hot Sauce Challenge, and I was like, I did. Essentially every Pokemon that died, I had to take like a tablespoon of hot sauce and just fucking chug that shit, bro. Looking back, that shit was stupid as fuck, but it definitely was the starting point for me to do challenge type of videos. And I also feel like that was slowly around the time where I felt like I was actually being pretty proud of my videos, and as well as the editing that was made put into it. But coming up at number 2 might be a super controversial pick, but I don't care. Pokemon Clover, bro. What? people who heard about this game knows this is a game created from 4chan, and despite that, it has an interesting original story but quite offensive at times. Now, you're probably not going to see any type of PokeTuber recommend this game in the top 5 because you need good PR. But listen, I know this is a game not for everybody, but if you can cast the story aside, I feel like you're gonna have an amazing playthrough. You got 2 regions featuring a whole lot of content with 386 brand new Pokemon. This game has honestly some of the best Pokemon ROM hack music I've ever heard. Whether it be original themes or like rips from like pre-existing ones, like the gym leader theme. Hey, you'll be able to discover a whole lot of references, especially if you really take your time to do all the side quests and just find out different type of secrets this game holds. But it's actually a quite challenging game too. It has enhanced difficulty and an actual competitive AI. So you can't just be mashing Fire Blast expected to sweep your opponent, because they will actually be switching and try to predict your moves and shit too. Trust me, later process of this game, I got my fucking ass beat, bro. But a reoccurring thing with all these ROM hacks is that they do have good quality of life. You don't gotta worry about no TMs because they're all reusable, and as well for the HMs, they're deletable as well. You got your typical XP all, much more as well. And another thing I wanted to mention is that despite how chaotic this game is, it looks really fucking pretty. All the sprite works look amazing. I like how some of the characters have pop-up avatars too, which makes it even more immersive. I'm just a really big fan when games do that, because I remember it was the same in Pokemon Desolation, and that's definitely one of my favorite fan games of all time. But a brief summary of how this game affected me as a creator. Not only did I manage to get in touch with one of the devs, shout out Prime by the way, it was actually one of the first series that got serious traction on the channel. I remember I put up a specific like of like 100 likes. I went to bed, woke up, and the video didn't have that many views. I think it had like 500, 600, but the like goal was already reached. And I was like, what the fuck? This is kind of crazy. And over time, it got more views, thousands. And as I kept uploading, everybody just started loving that series. I'm talking about everybody. That was a game I never expected to do good on the channel. And I've had some other videos that are similar to that. Y'all know some of y'all know about Pokemon Noon, Rizimon, the list goes on. Ours too low key. But a few honorable mentions before I get to number 1 has to be Pokemon Gaia. I feel like most people don't even know about it these days, but it's a really solid ROM hack. Pokemon Ruby Destiny, Life of Guardians. Despite its major flaws, this game will forever be in my heart. Pokemon Blazing Emerald. Overall, a really cool Gen 3 ROM hack with refreshing additions, new regionals, and the list goes on. Pokemon Glazed has to be a good old classic with a lot of content going for it. Despite being a little outdated, I still find myself replaying this game from time to time. Pokemon GS Chronicles has to be one of the best ROM hacks when it comes to Generation 2. Not only does it do justice to the starters by giving them Mega Evolutions, but there's a whole lot of other cool stuff in that game too. And of course, Pokemon Radical Red. A household name at this point. This is a overall well-polished game that pretty much most people would recommend. But at number 1, we got the best Pokemon ROM hack to this day. Pokemon Odyssey. This has one of the best Pokemon ROM hack stories I've ever played, but it's also based off the Echian Odyssey series and Made in Abyss. Some Pokemon got buffed along with new move pulls to make them even more viable. Right off the bat, this game is already more challenging than your average one. Almost every battle is a double battle, and if you know me, I personally dislike that shit. But even then, I still enjoy the game. There are a bunch of new Pokemon that got new regional forms, which makes them feel even better or almost like completely different and new Pokemon. It also introduced a new Aether typing, which is honestly fucking busted. I found that some of the themes are actually based off Echian Odyssey, Made in Abyss, and I'm pretty sure some themes made from scratch, but also from whole different shows like Gurren Lagann, bro. I know at the ending when I heard Libera Me from Hell, I was like, wait, ain't this a fucking Gurren Lagann theme? I was excited as shit, bro. But one cool thing about this game is that it does not stick to the traditional League challenge. In fact, your adventure is through the Yggdrasil trees while traversing these stratums that acts as the traditional gym leaders. Each layer features a unique environment, puzzles, and a refreshing take on a Pokemon adventure. I was really glad I was able to stream this series as I actually got to meet one of the developers, shout out Paco, and it was actually one of the first videos to ever make me reach burnout. I was generally pushing so hard making this video that I just reached the point to where I hated to do what I did. I made sure to take like 2 weeks off, and come back even stronger and know the difference between when I feel tired and truly burnt out. But I have zero regrets, and I'm really glad this experience has brought to me as a creator and to the channel. So whether you're a casual player and want to get into ROM hacks, or perhaps even watched Made in Abyss, or even played Etrian Odyssey, this is definitely the game I'd recommend to you. But let me know what your top 5 ROM hacks is in the comments below. I actually do read and respond to the comments, so don't worry about getting ignored. Let me know what you think of the list. I gladly want to know. But don't forget to like and sub, and of course, check out my socials if you want to support me further. But never forget to stay hydrated.